drink coffee. And that doesn't mean I'm not feminine. All right, hello, it's Mo, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to give you some reasons on why you're not feeling your best, why you're not feeling feminine, why you're not feeling pretty, polished, classy, all the other stuff that I done seen all these other videos trying to tell us how to become these things, but they're not actually introducing the things that could be prohibiting us from having that feminine, soft life, classy, elegant lifestyle. So if that's something that you're interested in watching and learning about, then you just keep on watching. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, I'll be classy right now since we're finna move into. Welcome back to my channel. It is Monique, also known as Coach Mo, and today we're going to be talking about a little controversial topic that so many women, girls, all of us in the feminine energy space, whatever, are trying to get involved with, and that is just becoming more feminine. Not only becoming more feminine, but now they've had to go and add soft life, luxurious life, elegant, classy. You know, it's like so many levels now to just being a woman. So I wanted to take time to just kind of have a one-on-one chat with some of you who may not feel you're 100% at that feminine level, or you're still struggling and learning like I am at 46, how to still grow into the new woman that you are developing into. So I will be looking down on my phone just a little bit, and I'm going to just sporadically check to make sure I ain't got nothing on my teeth, because I'm not trying to like go back and re-record all of this. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Yes. So don't mind my two little braids. I will be trying to do a tutorial tomorrow on the monsters. I can't remember the little girl name, but you know the one. I think her name was Wednesday. Yeah. So I'm gonna be following another YouTube. So if y'all wanna, watch that, make sure that you subscribe so that you can be notified when you hit the bell when I do pop that video up. But I'm gonna be looking at notes on my phone here. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was, do not rush your feminine journey. Becoming feminine, in my opinion, cannot be developed by you watching somebody else or taking somebody else's tips and routines and all that good stuff and trying to implement them into your life. If we do that, I really feel like we're missing the number one step, girl, that will allow you to really understand what becoming feminine is all about, and that's just you getting to know you. I think that's the best way to find out your femininity, because everyone's femininity is not the same. We've got women who feel femininity is having hair on your legs or having hair underneath your arms. We've got women who are feminine who feel they don't want hair at all. We've got women who feel femininity is natural hair, curly, big hair. We've got some feminine women who feel that they like their hair straight. Whatever floats your boat, whatever your little red wagon has in it, because you're going to be the one pushing or pulling it. So if you are struggling with trying to figure out what type of feminine person you are, and you find yourself constantly looking at so many people, queen, stop. Take a moment, sit down, get to know you. Get you a piece of paper, figure out what it is that you like. What makes you feel good? What scents like go, yes, I like the way that smells. What fruits do you enjoy? You know, so many people even jumped on drinking teas, because if you drink tea, it look like you are more feminine. If you drink wine, you look like you're more feminine. I drink coffee. And that doesn't mean I'm not feminine. So the point I'm trying to make is, I really feel that this is a process that everyone should try to take and learn on their own. Now, is it okay to get tips, resources, all that other good stuff from everybody else? Yes, because there's so many things that I've learned from all y'all other great YouTubers on here that I just did not know about. And I'm 46, so not knowing some of these things, I didn't have YouTube to Google, how to beat my face when I was younger. I didn't have YouTube to find out what the heck minimally aesthetic means. So, some of these things are still new. So if you one of my ladies that are 30 and up, you understand, like kind of before YouTube and social media and all that stuff was so popular, give yourself some grace and mercy and just embark on your feminine journey on your own time. Ain't no need to rush it. The next thing that I wanted to point out is giving yourself the ability to be forgiven, because a lot of us are really hard on ourselves because we feel like we don't have this glorious routine all set up. We don't have this, uh regimen all mapped out. We don't have it all together. I'm on here and I'm literally with no nails on purpose, because I'm not going to jump to just put on some press on nails just because I'm doing a video for you all. No, that's not my femininity. So what makes you feminine needs to be comfortable to you and only you. And when I say forgiving yourself, we are still healing from a lot of past trauma, a lot of past failed relationships, a lot of past failed friendships, a lot of past hurt childhoods. I mean, a lot of disappointments when it comes to jobs, careers, money, all that kind of stuff. So explain to me, how can you be feminine when you not addressing some of these other things that will do their best to help defeat the femininity in you? So I think we need to pay attention to those things, and a lot of those things are also considered self-sabotaging behaviors. And if you think you might be suffering from any type of self-sabotage, which I think we all need to do a thermometer check when it comes to that, I have a good checklist linked in my description box below that will take you no time to complete, but will allow you to give a little bit of one-on-one time to just really get real with yourself to see whether or not you might have some patterns or behaviors that will delay you from really embarking on your feminine journey. So check that out. Let me know if you enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe, because I will be coming out with a self-sabotaging masterclass on some areas that I've been studying for the past 15 years and have found out how to try to combat some of those things. One of them self-sabotaging things that, I'm not going to spend too much time on is addictions. And a lot of people like to think of the word addiction only meaning drug and alcohol or substance abuse. No, 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 no. Addiction comes in so many other shapes and forms, and when you don't recognize your addictions, your unconscious addictions, they can definitely derail you from that train track that you're trying to jump on to being the most feminine or having a soft life, etc. Because yeah, it's a lot that has to be done before you can really be soft. And if not, then you're just being fake, and won't do fake over here. So the next thing that I wanted to point out that I don't think a lot of people really talk about when we think about the feminine journey, the soft life, luxurious life, whatever, is your financial health. Yeah, I'm probably the only one on here that's mixing financial health with your feminine journey. Guys, how you want to be feminine and we broke? Like, we they don't go hand in hand. And I'm not speaking of being broke meaning you need money to go out and buy all of the materialistic things and spa trips and no, I'm talking about just having a peace of mind when it comes to your financial health, i.e., are your bills being paid? Are you maxing out your credit cards? Are you living a life that you're trying to keep up with the Joneses? And the Joneses been done moved out your neighborhood, but we still trying to keep up with them. So we've got to really call that elephant out of the room and make sure that before you jump on a feminine journey, you do a financial health check. What's your net worth? Me, I know I'm still working on debt. So if I'm still working on debt, don't y'all think that sometimes that could be a trigger when I least expect it, that could hurt me from being the most feminine I can be. Because have you ever got mad at somebody because you ain't had no money? Go ahead, comment below, because I know we all have. It's common, right? So don't forget all of this and all the routines and all the regimens, without getting your financials intact. It's so important. All right, the next thing that I wanted to talk about is, do it with me, y'all. Just do it with me. Do it with me. Do it with me. Yes, learn to take a deep breath before you respond. Do y'all see how I slowed down? Learn to take a deep breath before you respond. I don't know where it is that we somehow feel like we've got to go like this as soon as somebody says something to us. Or we have to be the first to respond. And we have to make sure we sound like we know exactly what we're talking about. Or we agree to stuff so quick because we didn't give our bodies and minds enough time to catch up with what even is going on. So I want to encourage you, if you are going on this feminine journey, learn to incorporate the understanding of taking a deep breath and knowing that you don't have to respond to everything right away, and everything does not deserve a response from you. So, second thing I want to talk about on the feminine journey is learning to have other people see you for who you really are. And how do you begin to do that? I think you begin to do that by showing. Actions speak louder than words. So if you don't like your partner yelling at you, then queen, you can't be yelling at him. I mean, we got to keep it 100. We've got to learn how to be able to get our points across without having to yell, without having to curse, because if we want to be treated more feminine, we can't be around here acting like that. So, how do you learn how to communicate while you're upset or when something isn't going your way? And this is not something you can just read a book and do. No, it's going to take practice, because you've got to learn how to reprogram your response mechanisms and how we tend to respond to things. And we've got to kind of start all over again, if you know what I'm saying. So take the time to take a deep breath. Understand everything does not deserve a response. Learn how to tell someone, that's an interesting thought. Can you give me a little moment to get back with you? And I'll email you, I'll call you tomorrow to tell you kind of how I feel about that. Not only is that going to give you enough time to make sure you are clearly able to articulate what it is that you took from the question, the message, or whatever it is that you might have been discussing, or whatever the point is you're trying to get across, but it also allows you to calm yourself down. Calm yourself down. So learn how to make people see you for who you want them to see you for. And that all starts with the actions that you put out into the universe. The next thing, y'all don't come for me. Don't come for me, but I'm going to talk about it. I'm definitely going to talk about the excessive hanging out. Now, some people going to be like, but Mo, we know you're a homebody. Yes, I'm a homebody now. But back in the days, baby, I had to be on the scene in all white in my Lisa Ray so that everybody knew I was coming through. And now that I sit back and I think about the journey that I'm on to being the best version I could be, which equates to my femininity, I was wasting too much time on people and things that didn't even suit me. They were not elevating me. They weren't exposing me to anything that was going to help me, in the direction that I really wanted to go in. And some of y'all still a little trapped jumping on the couches, all those, just happen to be the loudest one in the club, having to twerk until the point of no return, or to where you look like you the entertainment for the night. Like you ain't nobody paying you, but you is the unpaid entertainment for the night. So stop hanging out excessively. Stop being the unpaid entertainment at the party, and learn to just sometimes sit back and just watch, evaluate, see what's really going on. Is this really the space that is making you feel like you are your feminine self, or is this just the old you that be get back there, that old you that be trying to come out? You understand? So it's gonna be a battle for a little while, because going on this journey is not going to be easy. Do you know what's going on in the economy? Or do you just know when somebody got arrested for the PPP, or somebody got in a fight, or somebody got killed, or somebody... Come on, we've got to open up to learn more, to be more, to feel more full of what this world really has to give to us. And that's going to take you checking out a different podcast that's going to help introduce different world topics to you. I ain't going to talk too much about the queen who just passed, may her soul rest in peace. And no, she never did nothing for Mo. But it is a little disturbing that some of us might have asked other people, how did you feel about the queen dying? And y'all say, Lil' Kim ain't dead? Wait. No, we talking about the Queen of England. Yeah. We got to stay on top of what's going on in the world. And it shouldn't just be, y'all, it shouldn't just be the, what is it called? Media takeout, or the shade room content that we could have a whole 30-40 minute to an hour plus conversation about. One thing that I am trying to do better, and that is learn my geography. I don't know what happened to me in school when it came to geography, but it just don't cut it. I just sometimes don't know where everything is or where everybody be talking about. So I have made it a point to make sure I'm starting to look at more games on my phone that will help me kind of be able to, map out things, just to try to broaden my, mind, so that I can become more educated on certain topics. So if there's something that, you're not familiar with, start investing in learning about it. That is also a way to become feminine, is knowing what's going on in the world around you. The next thing I want to talk about is, let me sip some of my coffee. We got to learn how to agree to disagree much better than how we do. Learning to agree to disagree is an art. And a lot of our art, it ain't the prettiest. Because if you're like me, how I used to be, I used to feel like, oh no, you ain't finna come for me. You're not finna come for me, right? But then I started wondering, you don't pay my bills, you don't contribute to my house, you don't contribute to my mind, you don't do really anything for me. So why am I putting so much energy into an unnecessary debate that I ain't winning nothing from? Last I checked, when people trying to win, it's something to win. So just because I might feel I won the argument, what did I really walk away winning? So we've got to learn to just, you know what, Queen, I appreciate you giving me that information, but I'm just going to, I'm going to kindly have to agree to disagree, and that's okay for us to do that. There's nothing wrong with us saying that. There's nothing wrong with us saying, oh, okay, I see your point of view. Keep it moving. Keep it going. We've got to learn how to not get stuck on the things that really do not suit the journey or the path that we're trying to go on. Okay, since we just talked about learning how to agree to disagree, we got to stop arguing with our men or your partner. And when I mean arguing, sometimes you giving them the ammunition they need to go out and do what they want to do. See, a wise woman told me, and I don't know if she may ever even be watching this, but she said, baby, every time you argue with him, do you realize you basically let him get mad to then be able to storm out, to then go do whatever they want to do? Change the atmosphere. Start by calming yourself down and explaining to your partner, I want to just let you know how that made me feel. I want to let you know how that interaction, hurt me. I want you to understand how in the future I would like for us to sit down and discuss these things. Now, I can't remember the video I was watching on YouTube, and if I can find it, I'm gonna make sure I post it down here because I think she did a great job on her discussion on this topic. But I believe she said something like, "This is why men have sides, because they don't argue." Now, I don't know about that, but I do know from talking to men on a number of levels in regards to their relationships that I've even helped coach. A part of their argument is they can't talk to us. We always quick to say, why you ain't come talk to me? We need to communicate more. If communication gonna sound like this though, men shut down. Men are not programmed to really do the tit for tat. And I'm gonna tell you what's the most sexiest thing that I have had somebody do to me. It was back in the days though. This guy told me, honey, if you watching, this was before you. We're not gonna discuss this anymore after this. I think we've put enough effort into this conversation, and I think this is enough. So after we both come to terms with this, I really don't want us to keep bringing this back up because it's not a topic that's suiting where we're going in our relationship. Baby, how am I argue? How am I argue? How am I gonna argue? I couldn't argue. I had to just really say to myself, wow, you just shut me down, and okay. Now, not that we want to feel like a little girl or feel submissive or whatever, but here's a little tip, men. What I just said does work if you say it in the right way. Don't go telling her, I don't want to talk about this no more. Do you understand what I'm saying? No. It's all in the delivery and how we're receiving what it is that you may be trying to give. So that's all I wanted to talk about for this video because it's already been a little bit lengthy. But the next video that I'm going to be posting, and I'm not sure if that'll be next week, but I want to definitely do some reaction videos to other YouTubers who have been really heavy on this feminine / soft life tips. I want to really kind of look at some of these and say, are they really realistic for the everyday woman? Because I don't know about you all, but I work. I have other things that I do outside of work. I have children. I have a husband. I have friends. And some of the things that I be hearing, the tips, it's like, where y'all get all this time from? Now, if they waking up 5 o'clock every morning, okay, I ain't gonna come for you. I can't come for you. So that is something I know was one of the tips that I did say to myself. It is a great investment to wake up early because you do just seem like you get back so much of your day. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video of just kind of having a real woman to woman conversation about this feminine slash soft life journey that we're all, or some of us, are embarking on. And once again, just making sure you understand the feminine journey is yours and yours alone. And thank you for joining me on your journey to being pretty, polished,